Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and today I have a California update for you on Wednesday, September 1st. For those of you in the state of California collecting unemployment benefits, we are just a few days away from over 2 million California EDD claimants who will be losing their pandemic-related unemployment benefits. The stimulus bill ends pandemic-related unemployment benefits, including PEUC, PUA, the $300 boost, and the MEUC boost on September 6th. That means claim week ending September 4th will be the last week in which these claimants will be able to be paid. Secretary of Treasury and Secretary of Labor did issue a letter stating that individual states may use the remaining American Rescue Plan Act state and local funds, if anything remains, to be reallocated for additional weeks of unemployment benefits if the state so chooses. For those of you wondering if these benefits could potentially be extended in the state of California, unfortunately, the Department of Finance states that all $27 billion worth of California's state allocation from the American Rescue Plan has already been allocated to different programs. Any potential extension to PEUC and PUA at this time would need to come from one of two ways. Number one, we would need to see it proposed, voted on, and passed, either proposed by the governor or by the California state legislature, that the already passed and put into action budget be reallocated for weeks of unemployment. This is unfortunately unlikely. The last possibility to have these benefits extended would need to come from the congressional level. We would need to see a bill proposed, passed, and then signed into law in Congress. With these programs set to expire and with an extension seeming to be unlikely, Californians can access additional government aid programs such as rental and utility assistance, food aid, and other services by visiting 211ca.org. Those of you who have not yet found a job and you're considering going back to school or training, the California state budget included in it $2,500 grants for eligible workers who are returning to an approved training program. California will soon pay up to $2,500 in grants for workers laid off during the coronavirus pandemic to help them go to college or to train for a new job. Using money from the federal COVID-19 relief package, Governor Gavin Newsom and lawmakers set aside $500 million in this year's state budget to make it easier for hundreds of thousands of workers to get the education necessary for a career transition. The California Student Aid Commission is charged with distributing the money, and people should be applying for grants by the end of this year to use in the spring semester. Workers would need to prove that they lost their employment due to the pandemic. They would also need to meet certain income and asset requirements. For a single person with no dependents, for example, they would be eligible for this if they make under $40,500 in income and have less than $40,700 in assets. The California Student Aid Commission is developing an application for workers to apply for the grant. Now, for many of you who are still struggling financially and need to apply to California's Rental and Utility Assistance Program, it is called Housing is Key. I urge those of you who are in need of housing assistance to apply to Housing is Key. However, unfortunately, many of you have also reported that Housing is Key is experiencing delays in processing your application and in granting funding. Earlier this year, Congress approved $46.5 billion in rental assistance, and most states are distributing the first $25 billion. The Treasury Department said Wednesday states and localities have only distributed 11% of the tens of billions of dollars in federal rental assistance. Housing advocates blame the slow rollout partly due to the Treasury Department under President Trump, which they state was very slow to explain how the money could be spent. This criteria, while clearer under the Biden administration, was still criticized for a burdensome process that seemed more focused on preventing fraud than helping tenants. After reporting that only 11% of the total rental aid funds has been distributed, on Wednesday the Treasury released additional guidance to try to speed up the process. This includes programs that allow tenants to self-assess their income risk of being homeless, among other criteria. Additionally, the Treasury Department also states that localities can now distribute money in advance to landlords and utility providers in anticipation of the full application and documentation required. For those of you who are trying to access rental assistance and utility assistance using the Housing is Key website in the state of California, this is one of the reasons why many of you are reporting delays in receiving approval and in receiving funding. With the Treasury releasing this additional guidance to try to speed up the process, hopefully you will begin to see faster approval as well as faster funding. For those of you who are homeowners, calhfa.ca.gov is the place where you can locate information on California's Mortgage Assistance Fund. On August 19th, CalHFA submitted a plan for the California Mortgage Relief Program to the U.S. Treasury and is still waiting approval. The program, which was developed over the past few months in consultation with homeowners, housing advocates, government partners, and other key stakeholders, should help homeowners who have faced financial hardship during the pandemic get caught up with their mortgages. Homeowners may be able to attain a maximum per household amount of $80,000 in the proposed program. Next, let's talk about Golden State stimulus. Last Friday, 600,000 direct deposits for Golden State Stimulus 2 were made. A spokesperson for the state's franchise tax board states that the next round of payments will be sent in approximately 2 weeks. However, an exact date has not been set. After that, the payments will continue to go out approximately every 14 days. To be very clear, no one will receive a second $600 Golden State Stimulus payment if you already received the Golden State Stimulus 1. Unfortunately, the bill text names this a Golden State Stimulus 2, which can be quite confusing, but this is not a second $600, this is expanded eligibility. For more information on the eligibility requirements in order to receive a Golden State Stimulus, click the link in the video description down below. Next, let's talk about California state wildfires. As of January 1st, 1.88 million acres of California have burned. Today, over 15,000 firefighters remain on the front lines of 16 major wildfires and 4 extended attack wildfires burning across California. The Calder Fire is now the 15th largest fire in California history, and the Monument Fire remains the 20th largest fire in California history. Effective today through September 17, 2021, the U.S. Forest Service will temporarily close all national forests in California to better provide for public and firefighter safety due to ongoing wildfires. For those of you who have lost your source of income due to the wildfires and are directly affected, the EDD has stated that disaster assistance benefits are now available in Plumas, Lassen, Placer, and Nevada counties. These DOA claimants can apply for losses beginning the week of July 18, 2021 for claimants impacted by these wildfires. These benefits will have a last payable week of February 26, 2022. Claimants seeking out disaster assistance due to wildfires can apply using EDD's online application at edd.ca.gov. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Golden State Stimulus. You knocked my camera down. It is unlikely that we would see a potential extension right now. Oh, you're itchy.